Hello! We're doing another Commodore 64 stream today, so let me not cut my head off quite so far there. That's probably better. And we're going to start with some Top Gun. It's, I intended to get to this in the last stream, but wound up being, I forget if I was sick or just really, really tired that day, and that didn't happen, so, well, we're going to get to it this time. Let's see. Top Gun's from 1986 from Ocean Software and Thunder Mountain. Sold really well for its time. It sold 500,000 units by 1989, and at that point was still selling. So that's a pretty big game for pretty big sales for what's actually not a very big game. This is basically a 1v1 dogfight simulator, which you can play against either AI or another player on the same Commodore 64. Has a little manual. Just opens up. Back is basically just one of the screenshots from the box, I think, and has most of this trifold full, plus a tiny bit on the back, telling you how to fly your plane and blow up your opponent. Let's start loading here. Looks like Rayburst is coming down to join me. Yeah. Are you in? Loading Top Gun. This says 1987, so I don't know which. I think the date I had was 1986. Maybe this is either a slightly later, an updated release, or a different packaging, or maybe my original date was overseas or something. The original date that I found was overseas. But anyway, I'm going to need joystick in port 1 for player 1, which is, where is it? Not this one. This one. So the joystick is used for roll and pitch and firing whatever your current selected weapon is, and I believe countermeasures are also selected like a weapon. There are also 3 keyboard controls for each player, which are just increase thrust, decrease thrust, and select weapon. The key bindings are a little odd. Because for player 1, it's run, stop, Commodore key, and Q, and for player 2, it's equals, /, and up. Part of the reason for that is because 3 of those keys are on one side of the keyboard, and 3 of those are on the other side of the keyboard. But there's also a technical reason for that. Rayburst is over there on a chair. Off camera. There is a technical reason for that. Let's see if I can just throw this up on here. The keyboard matrix for the Commodore 64 shares with the joystick inputs. You can always ignore the keyboard and read joystick inputs, but you can't reliably read all of the keyboard keys if the joystick are being pushed in directions and having buttons pressed. But in the upper left of this matrix, there is a block of 9 keys that are not affected by, do not interact at all with any joystick inputs. And the 6 keys that are used in this game are part of that block of 9. So I'm sure that's intentional, and that's a big part of the reason why stop, Q, and Commodore in the very upper left there, and / up and equals in the next row down are used for keyboard input in this game, since both players are going to be using their joysticks while also pressing keys on the keyboard. Still loading. What does our box say? Become Maverick, a top Navy pilot flying the F-14, one of the best fighters ever built, in a desperate contest of skill and determination. Armed with cannon and missile flares for defense. I would think it'd be cannons, missiles, and flares for defense, but whatever. You engage in a desperate conflict with the computer or against another player. You are in the pilot seat in this fast-action, split-screen, 3D aerial duel to the finish. Can your reflexes, skill, cunning, and determination be the best to carry you through as you enter the danger zone? Features dramatic 3D vector graphics, exciting split-screen display, 1 or 2 player options, and non-stop action, danger, and excitement. So I haven't analyzed this, but I'm guessing this does primarily use the high-res bitmap mode for graphics. Not even sure if they really use any sprites in there except in the for the actual gameplay. But here we are, Top Gun. I'll turn my volume down so that it doesn't echo through my headphones too much, since my noise removal doesn't work anymore after its last update, the way I have my sound system set up, so at least not from down here. So let's start with 1 player, which basically is the same as doing 2 player, except you're just going against the AI. So yeah, my buttons are run stop, Commodore key for thrust, and Q to change weapons. Oop, I'm getting shot at by the AI. And I'm blown up. I'll try again a little harder this time. So I'm controlling the one on the left. Just firing with my cannon. Try and take this one out. My cannon's kind of overheated though. Cool down. Ah! Getting shot. Radar display on the bottom is a little odd. It's not how you'd normally expect an F-14's radar to work. Also, for that matter, I'm not sure. Like, I can bank, but if I bank and pull up, my artificial horizon goes all over the place. I'm not quite sure how that's working. Is there a altitude? Oh, I guess that's my altitude up there on top. So I'm way higher than my opponent. Hi, Thanato Games. Send and try to slow down. Oh, there we are. That's the slow down key. Yeah, Thanato Games, while it was loading, I was explaining why the key bindings for this are kind of strange. It has to do with technical reasons with how the Commodore 64's keyboard matrix overlaps some of the joystick inputs. Okay, where are you at? Neither of us can see the other one, so. Actually, it seems like I turned just by banking and not so much by banking and pitching. That's a little odd, but... Although I guess I can't really completely invert my plane either. If you cache in sing mode, can you have Rayburst sing? I guess that's up to Rayburst. I'm not sure if you'd be able to hear her anyway, but... Let's try a missile. Well, that worked. I guess level 1 AI is not smart enough to use countermeasures, or run or anything. Whoop. Cannon, 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 cannon. Oh, I guess now I'm on level 2. I don't get all my lives back, so that one that I lost just fiddling around is still gone. I believe there's probably only like 3 levels. Still not smart enough to use flares. How about Disturb Face and Rayburn stands behind me? I don't know. Actually, I'm trying to find... I think I need to make one on camera. Oops. I just turned my monitor off, so now I can't see what my stream is doing. There it is. Yeah, I'm not quite sure I understand how the movement is. Like, the way our jets are oriented, you wouldn't really think we'd stay in these same positions, relative positions with me at full thrust. So it's a little odd. We aren't any fun? Well, I'm not going to make Rayburst, sing if she doesn't want to.
The whole world's grateful for that.
Oh. Eh, he got me. Oh, that time he used flares. Once. So yeah, not a whole lot to this particular Top Gun compared to any other flight simulators I have, really. There are some fairly sophisticated Commodore flight sims, but I don't really have any of them. Probably the most sophisticated one I have is Super Huey, which is not even one of the better helicopter flight sims on Commodore.